Hi everyone, my name is Devi. I'm a student of Faculty of Letter from Methodist University of Indonesia. At this moment, I want to explain to you about word classes. Okay, there are 4 subtopics. The first one is lexical categories, the second is functional categories, the third is the morphological properties of English verbs, and the fourth is inflection classes in Italian and Russian. Now let's start from lexical categories. Lexical categories are classes of words which differ in how other words can be constructed out of them. There are 5 lexical categories such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions. Now let's start from nouns. Nouns are defined as person, place, object, idea, or action. Example is Medan is my hometown. Medan is noun. The next is verbs. Verbs are words that describe an action or talk about something that happens. Example is she eats fried rice. Eats is a verb. Next is adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives also tell us about the quality, quantity, number, or order of the noun that it describes. In a sentence, we can say the dress is elegant. Elegant is an adjective. Describe the dress. We know also the dress is noun. The next is adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Sometimes we can add ly to an adjective to get adverb, but there are some adjectives cannot end with ly, such as hard, low, or fast. We cannot say fastly, right? Or in a sentence we can say she dresses elegantly. Elegantly is an adverb. Describe dresses, which is a verb. The last is preposition. Preposition often express place or time, like at, in, express direction, like from, down, express relation, like about, with, and etc. Example is at the office. At is a preposition. Now we are going to the second subtopic, that is functional categories. Functional categories or non-lexical categories are elements that have purely grammatical meanings or something with no meaning, as opposed to lexical categories which have more obvious descriptive content. The function is to make lexical categories fit together. There are 4 functional categories such as determiner, qualifier, auxiliary, and conjunction. Now we start from determiner. Determiner is a word placed in front of a noun to specify quantity or to clarify what the noun refers to. All determiners can be classified as one of the following. The first is an article such as a, and, the. The second is a demonstrative such as that, this, those, and these. The third is a possessive such as my, your, his, etc. The fourth is quantifier such as many, most, more, or much. The next is qualifier. Qualifier is a word that limits or enhances another word's meaning. Examples are so, very, and etc. Example is she ran very quickly to a store. Very is a qualifier. The next is auxiliary. An auxiliary verb is a verb that changes or helps another verb. Auxiliary verb help the main verb to describe action. Examples of the auxiliary verbs such as are, am, and etc. Or in sentence you can say I have a book in my hand. Have is an auxiliary verb. The last is conjunction. Conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases, clauses, or sentences. Or in sentence, I ran to Sally, but Sally ran away. Now we are going to the third subtopic. There are 5 properties of English verbs such as person, number, tense, voice, and mood. We start from person. person has to do with who or what is the subject of your sentence. We usually use pronouns for this. Example is, she plays badminton. She is a singular third person. Next is number. When we talk about number, we talk about singular or plural. Singular is only one person, thing, or place, and plural is just more than one. Example is table and tables. Table is singular noun and tables are plural nouns. The next is tense. Tense is really about time. Tense is just present, past, and future. Example is, we have candies. This sentence is simple present tense. Look at the table. Those are the 12 tenses with examples of each tenses. The next is voice. Voice is about the subject of the sentence does the action or receives the action. Look at the first examples. My parents buy a new car this morning. This is an active voice because the subject is doing an action. The next examples. The new car is bought by my parents this morning. This is the passive voice because the subject is not performing the action. The last is mood. Mood shows the way in which a verb expresses an idea. Now we are going to the last subtopic. Inflection is a change in the form of a word that reflects a change in a grammatical function. That means that the meaning of words can be changed by changing their endings. Italian nouns are either masculine or feminine in a gender. Most singular masculine nouns end in O, and most plural masculine nouns end in I. Most singular feminine nouns end in A, and most plural feminine nouns end in E. The ending of verbs are quite complicated because of conjugation. The endings depend upon the tense of the verb and on the person of the verb. Because Italian grammar use endings for these inflections, the personal pronoun is not always needed. These are the examples. Now we talk about inflection in Russian. In Russian have one of three genders such as masculine, feminine, and neutral. Masculine nouns usually end in consonants, and neutral nouns usually end in O or E, and feminine nouns usually end in A. Well, that's all my explanation about word classes, and thank you for watching me, and see you!